If you or a family member have been hurt because of the careless actions of another person, call Walker, Texas Lawyer. They'll work to get you the financial compensation and justice you deserve. They have 40 years of experience, and you don't pay unless you win. Call 713-881-9653 today for a consultation or go to walkertexaslawyer.com.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Chris Tucker is in the building. Chris Tucker, good morning to you.
Hey, Brad. Good morning to you. How are you?
Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias.
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What lovely to talk to me, funny lad.
Grammy Award winner Maya joins us.
How are you?
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat, Brad Gilmore.
And we're so excited to welcome this gentleman back to the program, talking about the new movie, The Painter, which is available on VOD right now. One of the stars of the film joins us, Mr. Jon Voight. Jon, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good.
You know, first off, I loved this movie. It was so much fun to watch, and these are the kind of films I feel like they don't make enough anymore. It's just it's an easy story. It's a fun watch. You can not have to think about all the problems going on in the world and just enjoy a fun film. Did you enjoy this film?
Yeah, that's right. Exactly right. Your description is right. It's a fun film. It's a whodunit, and it's it's a lot of action and twists and turns and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. And the performers are great. You know, Charlie Weber and Madison Bailey, just terrific people, and lots of action. So anyway, I agree with you. A lot of fun.
Yeah, and I don't want to give too much away about the movie, but I really recommend everybody go see it because it was a lot of fun to watch. Your character in the film, I felt like, we talked about how fun the movie is. I felt like you had fun with this character, even from the opening scene throughout the rest of the film. It's a real fun role for you, I would think.
Yes, it was. And I tried to. You want to. I don't want to talk too much about it because it'll spoil it. I don't want to get into it because the fun of it is in the plot too. You don't know. You really don't know where your footing is in this picture. You'll get an indication of something here, something there, a clue, and then finally you find out. In the end, where all the pieces fit. So it was fun to try to do that. To try to help that. Disguise of different things and never let it be anything but authentic too.
Is that what I guess you look for, now because I'm sure you're offered films all the time, you get a lot of scripts that pass through. Is that what you look for, something that engages you in a plot that you think, oh, that's a new challenge?
Well, it's nice when every part I ever get is a challenge to me. So, and at this time, you look in the mirror and you say, well, now I'm this kind of guy. What can I play? And what I've been asked to play recently are the guys who have a little gravitas and the older, wiser person occasionally. But anyway, so each part is new. I've never done this before, so this will be fun. Let's try this. That's the way it is.
Yeah, I've heard you say before you approach every role like a clean slate, and they all offer a unique challenge. Was there anything, a unique challenge, I guess, about this film in particular that stands out?
Well, again, I don't want to explain.
Right, I hear you.
Reveal the plot. So, but there's a lot of fun in it. It's a dance. You know, it's like you think this is going on, you think that's going on, you see it, and then you say, oh, well, I didn't know that. Well, who is this? You know, this kind of thing. It's like that going on through the movie, and but the real thing is it's a dangerous movie in some sense. I mean, there's danger throughout the movie for all the members, and then you find out who they all are. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, and for people listening, I'm telling you, when you watch the first 5 minutes of this movie, you have to finish it. There's no the way that the movie is set up and the plot. I know we're trying not to say too much, John, but I can't tell you how much I really enjoyed watching this movie, and I highly recommend it to everybody. You know, you mentioned the cast that you worked with, and everybody really brought it in the film. Madison Bailey is a young star on the rise, you know, coming off of Netflix with Outer Banks. A lot of
she's lovely person. What a nice person she is, and what a good actress. She's the real deal.
She seems like the real deal for me as well. Like she comes across in a whole different way than I've seen her before in this movie. And I guess like when you see young actors or actresses on the set, do they approach you and ask for, you know, any tips or advice, or do you offer that? You know, do you feel like that's your role to kind of pass on some of the tricks of the trade?
Well, you know, yes, because you're viewed that way because they've seen your movies and they're impressed with them, you know, and they're starting out to make their way. But these people, talent comes from God, and these people are gifted, and they're not going to learn from imitating a fellow like myself. They may be inspired by certain things, and you may give them some encouragement, but the talent that they have is, you know, that's what's driving them, and that's what will point the way for where they have to go. But when you meet real talent, you know, you look at these people and say, oh, this guy does this well, this is interesting. Whatever, I'm watching these guys like a fan, you know, saying, that's wonderful, look at this. And then I try to bring what I'm supposed to bring, you see. So I look at everyone as a peer, even the young kids. Even when I worked with Ricky Schroeder, he was quite amazing and the champ. And he was just a little boy, but he was wonderful. He was magical. So anyway.
Well, no, and sometimes I'm sure you see something that another actor does and go, wow, that's a really interesting approach. Maybe I'm going to add that to my repertoire if I have a situation that calls for it, right?
Well, usually the things that I'm impressed with are unique to that person, you know? In other words, like who could do Jimmy Stewart or, you know, talking about whatever the actor is for this particular day, you know? I just saw this, the musical movie, which this young actor, what's it called? I can't remember the name of the movie, but he was so impressive. This guy, so impressive. He was in Dune. What's his name? Chalamet?
Oh, Timothée Chalamet.
Timothée Chalamet, yeah, Timothée Chalamet, and he's the real deal, you know. He's a big star, and he's a young fella. It's wonderful to see this kind of gift, you know, on the screen. And anyway, so then you get the old ones, and they're going, and then the new ones will come in. That's it.
Well, you know, this film's called The Painter. It's available on VOD right now. I strongly suggest everybody watch it. I have time for one last question, and I wanted to ask you this the last time we spoke, and I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't bring it up, and I'm sure it's been asked of you 1,000 times, but how many times does somebody reference your Seinfeld episode to you?
Oh, quite a lot, actually. That is interesting. That's really a funny thing. that these guys, one of the writers on that show came up with the script. And the reason why he did was because he was sold a car. He bought the car.
The LeBaron?
That was, the LeBaron. He bought this LeBaron on the premise that it was Jon Voight's car. It actually happened. So when I went to the set to do this little piece where I bit Kramer's arm, he said, "John, would you come around the corner and just do something for me?" I said, "Sure." So I went around the corner. He said, "Is this your car?" There was a car. The LeBaron was there. I said, "No." He said, "Oh, damn it." So it actually was a true story that he had written, you know, and he had been suckered into buying a car because it was my former car. Anyway.
It's so funny, man. It's one of the great episodes. I encourage everybody to check that out. And make sure you watch The Painter. You're so great in it. The cast is so great in it. Such a fun story. I can't recommend it enough. Thank you so much, Jon, for taking the time. And God bless you, sir.
God bless. God bless.